like a love song in my mind. Play it on loop, baby, one more time. Touch me like music. Got you on replay every night and day. Feel your body and every word you say. Touch me like music.
Hi, I'm Rob Tobin and I work here at Radio City as a producer. I started working in community radio at a different station called KCC Live, which is in Huyton, when I was 14, about 2 years ago now, and I started as a presenter. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that age, so I just did as much as I can presenting, and I also managed the station for a bit, working in the programming team. When I was probably 11 or 12, I started listening to radio all the time. I became a bit obsessed with it, absolutely loved it. Tried to email everyone, every station around, just asking if I could come in and help out. Didn't necessarily aim to be producing shows, just wanted to do something to get a foot in the door at a radio station. I've got no qualifications to do radio. Everything I've learned, I've completely taught myself, kind of thing. I've learned from experience and chatting to people and watching people, and I'm still learning a lot. And at the moment, at my age, it is just about learning. So for the next couple of years, I just want to get experience. I want to build myself up so I can say to radio stations, I've got this experience instead of the qualifications, because working here I get to build my profile with both the listeners on air and with the staff here, so people in the industry know who I am, and that's not just here, that's in London and Manchester, so I get to go and work down there occasionally, and it opens doors with other stations that are owned by the same company, Bauer. So people, mention names and opportunities do come up. As a producer, the idea of the job is to just be someone who makes sure the presenter is doing everything they should be, running to time, the listeners are happy, the listeners are communicating with the presenter, so I'm answering the phones, I'm passing on messages and requests, I'm posting on social media, that's a massive part of my job, updating our Facebook and Twitter pages, making sure that we get the messages out that we should be. I've been working here since January this year, so not very long, but I've done quite a bit this year. Like this January, I started working with Anton Powers at the weekend on Saturday evening. Every day we have a new topic on the show, on the drive show. It's always funny, loads of people getting involved. We reach so many people and just affecting listeners and being able to keep them company and entertain them. And the material that we're using to entertain them is most of the time created by myself, so I get to come up with this content that is reaching so many people. And obviously for me to have just left school and jump straight into doing this at Radio City, which is stuff that you'd usually probably have to go and do a degree before you can get, it's absolutely mental. Like it's all exciting. It's weird because you'll just be coming out of the toilet and R. Kelly or Nelly or someone like that will just stroll past just like that, and you don't expect it, and everyone's so when they come in, they're quiet and they keep themselves to themselves, and they'll just be in and out. I've done a lot of radio presenting in the past, so I've been on the radio to loads of people all the time in the past, but it's very different being on a smaller station like a community radio station to being on a commercial station. Obviously I'm not presenting, but just being a sort of a character, an on-air character on Radio City is amazing. Like it's not something many people get to do. It's such a huge station and we reach up to 1 million people, so it's weird when I'm talking, and I think potentially 1 million people could be hearing me talk about beans on toast. I have a bit of an on-air character on the afternoon show that we do, the drive show. Just literally producer Rob. I'm known as the little kid who makes the tea. Most of the time I'm used to settle arguments between Dave and Claire, the two presenters, so if they're arguing they'll bring me into it, and I'll usually say something that gets me into trouble with one of them. It's definitely very difficult at the moment to break into the industry, and a lot of the time, I for years felt like I was getting nowhere. You feel like your emails aren't getting read, your phone calls aren't getting answered by the people who can, make decisions and get you in places. So it's definitely about being persistent and realising that if you email a boss and you want to do some work experience, if you don't get a reply, chances are you've just not seen it. So keep trying again. Be logical about even just when you send an email. If you want someone to reply to an email, don't send it on Friday night when they've just gone home. Send it Monday morning, midnight on Sunday night. It'll be first in their inbox, they'll get in, they'll read it with a fresh mind, they'll reply to it, and that increases your chances. I still do that to make sure I get replies to emails, so make sure you're contacting the right people, and take your time writing emails, take your time thinking about what you want to say to people, and get as much experience as you can, because there are still opportunities in, for example, community radio, hospital radio, where you can get involved and you can present, you can do everything that you can do on a station like Radio City. Just, you can practice, you can make your mistakes, and then you can move up, and then you can get more involved. So there are opportunities, but it's just about networking and making contacts and maintaining them. What I'm interested in is definitely the programming side of radio, so the sort of management, sort of backroom office sort of thing. I'd love to be running a radio station as a program director or deputy program director, and obviously I'd love to be working at one of the big stations in London, either that Bauer own or the BBC, you know, somewhere like that, to have a good role in management or programming. But long term, where the opportunities will be for someone young like me in programming, that's what I'm hoping anyway. So yeah, that's where I'd like to be.